Hey everybody, today's words to live by are: the truth doesn't need defending, and your path doesn't need approval. Growth will separate you from certain conversations, and that isn't a loss, it's alignment. And that is from Terrell Wallace, and I'm smiling ear to ear because I love this quotation so much, and I've referred to it quite a bit. I would say mostly in recent years, like in the last 5 or 10 years, so in my 40s. And it's just so great because there have been a couple times lately where I've sort of let down the need to defend myself in any way, shape, or form. And I feel like that is the biggest sign of growth, at least speaking for myself, that I've achieved, but I think it applies to so many people. And what I mean by not defending it is this: whatever anybody says about me, they're right. So when you can get to a point where you can say that, it is total freedom. So, in other words, if somebody says, that guy's such a jerk, I would say, you're right. Or if they say, that guy's such a great guy, you're right. So there's no defending anything about myself or my truth. It is simply up to whatever anybody thinks or wants to say, or anything that is fine with me. And so there's no sort of defensiveness like there was when I was hanging on to, things related to the ego when I was much younger. And it was like you get bent out of shape if somebody sort of classifies you wrong or puts you into a box that you don't feel like you belong in. And now it's like, whatever you say, I'm good with. And so the second part of this quotation, where your path doesn't need approval, is so interesting because I think for everybody who's an adult, now if you're under 18, you probably need your parents' approval. But if you're an adult, your path does not need approval. It really is sort of what you can see, what you want to have happen in your life, and that's it. And I think a lot of people, especially as they get into 20s and 30s, where you're a young adult, there's still that tendency to sort of hang on to the life that others might want you to lead instead of the life that you want to lead. And I would say the earlier you can get to the point where it's your life and there's no need to defend or get approval about your path, I think the better off and more freedom you will have in being able to do the things that really align with your soul and who you are. And so when you're on a path of growth in anything, this can be a job, a sport, a relationship, anything, any type of vocation, anything at all. Growth often means leaving old spaces, old conversations, old expectations behind. And I think the reminder for this quote is that the growth sort of naturally separates us from certain people and spaces that we've been to, but it also aligns us with new people and spaces of where we're going. And so it's not a loss whenever you experience this type of growth and you feel like you're losing people along the way. It's actually alignment, and you end up gaining people because of this path of growth that you're on, either personally, spiritually, or emotionally, or physically. Any journey that you're on that is a growth journey, you're going to automatically sort of leave some things behind, but you're going to embrace a whole lot more new things and people and spaces and places and things that are to come. So it's not a loss, it's alignment. And when you grow, you don't lose, you align. This is a wonderful quotation, and I hope you enjoyed today's reflection. And if you did, please like and or subscribe, and I will see you all very soon.